me, that kid grows up, that kid has my blood,
features,
my DNA, my genes.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Please like the video and subscribe. Our target is only 1,000 likes. So on Wednesday, GQ Magazine's Man of the Year issue featuring rapper Future and producer Metro Booming as the Hitmakers of the Year was released. In the cover story interview, which is now available in print and not online, Future finally addresses his rumored beef with Drake, in addition to Kendrick Lamar and Drake's feud. He specifically talks about Kendrick Lamar dissing Drake on his collab song with Metro Booming, Like That, back in March. After Metro Booming opened up about the origin of his issue with Drake, Future, who has yet to openly diss Drake, jokingly downplayed things. What he said is he's supposed to be the one who gets mad because he's not considered to be in the big three of this generation.
Anyways, what else needs our attention?
It's a couple things.
Come on, let's do it.
All right, come on.
I'm here. I'm here today.
One of them I thought that was interesting, and I wanted to know y'all take on it.
Sure.
Was the Ciara Future thing, or really it's about Ciara and her child with Future. They TMZ made a big report of it yesterday. That while she was there with her children, I believe at the U.S. Open, is that what it was? Her son with Future now has the last name Wilson.
I saw.
The internet does what the internet does. Some people are strongly in favor of it, saying if he's not a good father, he's not present or whatever, she should be able to change the name. Others said that's the dad. You know who the dad is. That is my dad. Change. Don't ever change the name. I'm not saying Future's not a good father. I'm just saying that's the debate people are having. I don't know nothing about Future's life.
I'd love to hear where you fall. I like when you bring these topics in because I get to hear your opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
first.
Yeah, come on, Mark.
I've seen you use the strategy before. With Flip. I think if the father is alive and around, unless some egregious shit has happened, I would not change the name. Unless the father has denied paternity or fatherhood or just says, I don't want nothing to do with this kid, I probably wouldn't change the name. I wouldn't. Okay. You know what I mean? That's some shit we all got to agree on. I know she still has his name as like a middle name kind of now, and then add Wilson at the end. I just don't think it's necessary. It wouldn't be a choice that I would make. I wouldn't want somebody to make that choice for me. But other people are like, it's her right to do it, and if he's not active and he doesn't want to be around and can go do it, I probably wouldn't do it even if he wasn't active. But that's just me. What y'all think?
If you don't want to be around, don't worry about what they're doing with your kid. I know it sounds fucked up, but
I don't.
Niggas got. If you don't want to be around, don't worry about it.
What if they do? Okay, but what if they do want to be around?
Okay, now there's an issue here. Then I'm answering his point. If somebody don't want to be in the picture, then by all means. But if he wants to be in the picture, no, you don't change his fucking name. No matter what.
What if
he's trying to be in the picture, wants to be in the picture, trying to be a father, even if it ain't to the standard you want or whatever, that's his child.
I think that's the gray area. I agree with everything you just said, but I think that's the gray area for people. Ciara did an interview a little while back, and they asked her what co-parenting was like, and she kind of like laughed it off, almost like, I don't get no help from him. What's the line where they've sunk low enough as a parent or as a co-parent where you feel like you can change the name without the father's input? Because that's the question. Like, if you show up twice a year, do you change the name? If you show up, like you said, if it's not to your standard but you're around, do you change it? Like, how bad does it have to be for you to be like, fuck it, you can't have his name no more?
For me, it got to be they out.
Completely out.
They got to be out.
Okay.
If anything else, no.
Okay.
They got to be out.
Got you.
Like Anthony Edwards type out.
Got you. That's out.
Got it. You got to be at that level.
If we had Anthony Edwards level, I'm all for it.
Anything else?
He never was in. He didn't want to be in.
Right.
For me, you could change the name. You can't change the blood.
That's still my name, though.
No, I'm agreeing with that. But I'm just saying, for the mothers that feel like they can take it upon themselves and make this decision, no matter how the dad feels. For me, that kid grows up. That kid has my blood,
features,
my DNA, my genes. You can name that little motherfucker whatever you want. At some point, my likeness is going to come up in that house, and you should familiarize yourself with it, even the aspects that you aren't so fond of, so you can know how to deal with it. And the best way for you to know how to deal with it is through real dad. And then if that's not an option, then stepdad.
Not just that, yo. You got to think about it. These are celebrities. So all of this stuff is documented in the internet universe. This child is going to know who my dad is, read some of the discourse and dialogue that is taking place, and come up with some semblance of the truth, right? I just think it's up to the two parents to allow this kid the ability to navigate.
But the other side of that, is the kids know who there and who ain't there. Like, let's say.
And by the way, Ciara has full custody. By the
we
way,
don't know the level of parenting that Future does with this kid, and that's very important to know.
You said what? I ain't hear you said.
I said we don't know the level of parenting that Future does with this kid. I think that is very important to know in this conversation, but we don't. So we're speculating. We're speculating.
Yeah.
Kids know who there and who not there, though.
That kid gonna come in the house like this.
Kids don't always know the reason why.
That's me and Ish. When that record come on.
I tried to phone like it was a shit. Lift it up and go and offset it. Fuck cooking like she Holly Berry.
Then what you gonna do then? Who you gonna? You gave him a little pretty last name. That nigga is in the upstairs drunk, rapping March Madness. now what? Ain't no name gonna help.
I think the name change shit is more so because, like you said, the features, all of that shit is still gonna come out. You can't do nothing about that. But now you basically cutting off lineage at that point because, again, my name, like, you just ended that and made him somebody else's kid.
Let me ask you a question. How would the world know that she's doing this?
So apparently, apparently it sounds like she did it a few years ago, but because she was at the U.S. Open and they put the kids' names in the print, his name was listed there as the last name. So she didn't like announce it. Oh, okay. It's been happening for a few years. So they're just saying the context matters. It wasn't like a stunt.
So did she do it, or is she planning on doing it?
My understanding, again, we don't have all the information because she's not speaking on it directly, is that it's been done. And so it's like Zahir or whatever Future's last name is, then Wilson.
Oh, two last names.
Sort of, yeah. Yeah, but they're not hyphenated or anything like that. So, but Wilson is the last name.
Nigga, you know we gonna stand for that. That's it.
But it's tough though. I mean, again, like if I see, I'm not saying this is Future's case. I'm just using an example. If I see you once a year,
so what? I'm still around. The kid is still familiar with who I am.
It's a low bar, man. I wouldn't do it, but I ain't that mad about it if you come around once a year.
And on top of that, like, even when it comes to getting passports, nigga, I say that to say you still need the parent permission.
Yeah,
both signatures to get a passport.
They circumvent that.
I didn't know about that. I know that you still need it, even if the father's not around. So when I say that to say that it still should be some level of respect.
How would y'all feel as a man putting your last name on somebody that's not yours? A kid that's not yours.
If I spent 364 days a year with him, yeah, I'd feel great.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind doing that.
I'd feel great.
I don't know that I would.
I don't know if I would.
I don't know
about that.
If there's no relationship,
the relationship is not all it's about to me.
I'll tell you why.
And it's not all that. The relationship shit don't be as cut and dry as the world make it seem.
But here's I agree with that too. But here's the thing: particularly if you have multiple kids, right? So if I have 3 biological kids and 1 step kid, and I'm the one raising this other person, this is his unit. Your father doesn't come around. It's like some Will Smith on Fresh Prince shit, right? Yeah. At some point, I want you to feel like part of this fully. And so part of the last name thing is more so that you don't always look like the outsider when we go to school, when we register for things that you got. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just saying there is another side to that.
Sometimes that falls.
It gets embarrassing. It doesn't.
No, sometimes that falls with the person, with the parent, not the kid. The kid don't usually care about that. That may fall with the parent. The parent
depends on what class level you at. In the hood, it don't matter because we all got different names. But if you at one of these private fancy schools that they at, and everybody's a Wilson, and you're an Akbar, that shit might fuck you up.
It matters.
I'm just picking a random name.
It depends. Like one of my homegirls, her daughters got different last names, and she said one day, the teacher, she had left something in the class, and the teacher was chasing her out, and the lady was yelling. I don't want to say the name, but let's just say the daughter's last name is Johnson and her last name is Smith. And they like, Miss Johnson. And she like, yo, I'm just walking. And I just hear them saying another name. And she said, by the time I turned around, I realized she was calling me. She said, yo, that's not my last name. I was totally embarrassed. As the parent, she was embarrassed.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? That your daughter's got different last names and they go to this school and it's.
Damn, yo, you was embarrassed. That had to be hard. It had to be tougher than the other option, which would be not being on Earth. Yo, man. Wow, yo, man. Some tough feelings. That's got to be tougher than never fucking seeing the planet. Yo, what are y'all talking about? Yo, if I'm dead, I wouldn't give a. Nah, let me shut up before I sound toxic.
I see it from both angles.
Not changing all
That's all I'm saying. I can understand why somebody would feel this way. I can see it. But again, I think my only frustration is that some of these dudes that don't come around to take care of their kids, that don't come around to show up for parties, don't show around for parent-teacher night, don't show up for nothing else, when they find out a name got changed or somebody took a photo or went to a daddy-daughter dance, they lose their fucking mind. Then they want to show up and get lawyers and do all. It's like you only show up for that disrespect, but you don't show up for none of the shit. Like you're not embarrassed to not take care of your kid.
I still think that's their right. I still think that's their right.
I came up in a blended family.
Yo, y'all be so one-sided when it come to this shit, and we can't say it publicly, because if that is the case,
say it.
Nah, man, I'm cool.
No, we talking.
We have to stop.
Pardon me.
It's a big buildup that you do, so we are waiting to hear what you're saying.
So the woman has all of these rights, right, with regards to the child, and the man has zero.
How so?
I think he's asking that.
The man has zero.
Is this a hypothetical or you just...
No, it's a literal hypothetical, however you want to take it. Y'all speak on y'all experiences oftentimes, which are very, very limited in the broad scheme of things. A lot of people are going through shit outside when it comes to co-parenting or rights of a dad or a mom that don't go with y'all societal norms and how shit is. Y'all be talking this shit that niggas didn't experience, and that shit be fake for a lot of men out here and a lot of women out here. So...
Like what? What you mean?
Yeah,
women. The women don't gotta give you your name. Period, nigga. They don't have to give you. You don't control that.
No, you don't.
You don't control none of that. They don't gotta give you the last name at all. That's a cool baby mom that gives you the last name. Mm-hmm. She's doing you a solid from the rip. She decides to change it, nigga. You don't have no say if she changes it.
But is that wise of her?
Yes, it is, because you can't financially abuse everybody so out here in these streets. And so the point that I'm saying is y'all want men sometimes to not have say so when it comes to certain shit. But when a man stands on the other side, it's shut up, nigga, this your kid.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I just said.
All right.
What I said
when it come to money and other shit, shut up, nigga, that's your kid.
Yeah,
so that it should be shut up, bitch, that's my kid when it comes to certain decisions.
But I want you to hear what I said though, right? Which was different.
It's not to you or you.
Oh yeah. No, you said it in direct response to what I said, so it may seem that way to a listener. Yeah, I'm just saying, I think it's complicated, and I don't think we should go around changing names, and I think it does all this other long-term damage. I was just, in addition to that, as a caveat, saying that some of the men that I see most outraged about shit like that, like that's disrespectful, or that's embarrassing to me, aren't embarrassed to not be around the other three.
They won't buy a book bag.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. And I'm saying I just find that frustrating when those are the people speaking out. Now, if it's people in other situations, that's different.
If you do that, you deprive my family of the definition of break the cycle. You deprive my family of the chance to break a cycle.
But to their argument, you deprive your family of that. And that's the point that me and Ice be
But that shouldn't speak for my entire lineage and legacy. There's bad apples. Every family got them. So I mean, ooh, you failed the family name. Okay, I had you though. So you, with the right parenting, can go and grow and fix all of this shit. And if we changing your last name,
I see your point.
Then
I see your point.
Yeah, that just is nuts to me.
That's a little bit feels like an ego trip. Then it's like if you care that much about your family,
the other way feels like
both ways are ego trips.
The other way,
we gonna point them out on both ends.
No. I'm saying in this particular case, again, in the case where I'm talking about the people. Again, I'm talking about the people who have been shitty fathers. But I want you to keep my name so you can clean up my legacy. If you care that much about your legacy, then raise them.
See, you're looking at that the wrong way.
I'm only talking about in the case of shitty father.
The shitty father that's looking at it that way is, in my opinion, a selfless way to look at it. You're not thinking about you. You're thinking about everybody in your family that's not just you. You're thinking about the Johnsons before you, the Johnsons after you, the Johnsons from 50, 60, 70, 100 years. Why are you? I don't look at it like
some
that.
shitty fathers ain't thinking about none of that.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying in the example I'm saying, in the example I'm saying,
Joe's writing that.
The dad is feeling like,
Let's say
I was a failure. I don't feel good about me. But I think my kid will have a better shot than me, and hopefully that will,
Say Joe's a piece of shit.
You know,
Which I'm
Okay,
not.
But she's not.
Well, they say it anyway.
Cool.
He
Let's
got
say
it.
Joe's a piece
Fuck
of shit.
y'all, niggas.
Say Joe's a piece of shit.
Right.
But Joe's dad, Joe's granddad, Joe's lineage of Buddenism
Was them.
And that particular kid now can carry on that legacy and be a great person with the last name of Budden. That one blip in their lineage was a
stop
blip. It shouldn't stop them carrying on the Budden last name and achieving greatness.
Yeah, I think that's crazy.
And I'm saying I don't necessarily disagree with that. And again,
I hear his point.
Yeah, I hear the point.
Definitely hear
But what
his
I'm
point.
saying is, if in this hypothetical Joe piece of shit, right, he was raised by a Wilson who actually did all the work to make that kid great. Because again, he's not around. He's a piece of shit, right?
Yeah.
So he was in the Wilson house getting to school. The Wilson person gave him the education, gave him the mentoring, the training, and now he's a doctor.
That ain't come from Budden.
Yeah. And
So what?
And no,
So
but
what? Wait, so what?
I'm saying I could see. I'm just saying I could see the other side of it. Again, I'm saying I could see why somebody would say, "We raised you, we made you, and this is home for you." And so, if everybody else in the house is a Wilson, I want you to be a Wilson too.
So then that's the ego play.
I don't think that's. No, it's to make the kid feel home, not because I want.
It could be both. I get your point.
I get it.
I'm not against. I think it's a really,
I
really.
don't wanna go in circles,
I
but
think
yeah.
it's a really, really tough
see it from
situation,
the kid.
and I could objectively look at it from both sides and see that both
Close
entities
us out.
have points.
Close us out.
Yeah.
That was the close.
I think when a kid gets older, they could make a more informed decision, and I think the kid should be the individual to make that decision.
I know. Go stand in front of your real dad as an adult and say your whole name.
I can tell you this as somebody who met a daughter at 18, right? Her world would be a lot easier if she had my last name. But that man raised her for 18 years. And it would be unreasonable and unfair for me to want her to have my name, even though I'm proud of her and I love her, because he is her father. He was the one who raised her. And so that's what I'm saying. I can only speak from my personal experience. That it is.
And you've been on both sides.
And that's what I'm saying. So I'm just saying from my actual personal experience, like it is, like it's complicated.
I
You
put
know
a
what I
lot
mean?
more stock in nature than nurture. I think that's the disconnect we're having.
Maybe.
I put a lot more stock in the nature part than the nurture part.
Okay.
Really?
Oh, yes.
I think it's 50-50.
Nah,
50-50.
it's not 50-50. It's for me.
Me neither.
I think the nature part definitely matters. Like, if you got good genes, fam, and you grow up to be a genius, nigga, the nurture didn't make you the genius. It could have helped. It didn't give you the brain capacity
My
that
daughter's
you
mentally
have,
gifted.
that you got from your mother
Oh, we
and
gotta
your
switch that
father.
back. She got to be a Lamar Hill.
I love
Nah, we got to switch that back. She got to be a Lamar Hill.
Oh,
Yo,
man.
that
Yo,
shit.
this nigga's
I
an
hate
idiot.
y'all motherfuckers. Yo, on a political note, real quick, just no, 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds. It's nothing heavy,
Give him a little
nothing
time.
controversial.
Fine.
You're not gonna get canceled. Eric Adams has been offered. There's rumors. It's not officially confirmed, but Eric Adams has been offered to be the Secretary of HUD. Right. That is a very important.
Always get a nigga the housing job.
That's the first thing, right? They think like anybody could just be in charge of public housing, right? Like just make him in charge of HUD. But the reason is to pull him out of the mayor race.
trying to get him to step down.
Yeah, that's all. That's why I'm mentioning it. So for people that think that Mamdani has a cakewalk, it's going to get a lot more difficult if Eric Adams takes this Trump job. And from what I'm hearing, Eric Adams wants to take this Trump job. So just know that this New York thing is not resolved. Because if it's Cuomo Part 2, if it's Cuomo Mamdani Part 2, and Republicans are voting, because they're also going to pull Curtis Lewa out and offer him a job too, potentially. And if that happens,
Well, he shouldn't be in there. He shouldn't be in there. I know that he's ahead of Adams right now.
Yeah,
but
which is crazy.
He shouldn't be in there.
right, and the Republicans don't take Cuomo, especially if Trump is telling them to.
I never had a political commercial work on me like it did yesterday when they pulled up. Hey, I don't know who's running against the mayor of Trenton, but they cooking his Yo, that commercial came on. The mayor of Trenton is MAGA. The mayor of Trenton wants to raise New Jersey taxes from 6% to 10%. The mayor of Trenton wants to. They started throwing mad New Jersey facts out there. The mayor of Trenton wants to take away Medicaid for over 300,000 people. The mayor
how
of
they
Trenton,
voted before
the
and
mayor
shit?
of Trenton. I was like,
Previously voted yes on.
Yes. Hey, whoever money is, he is a problem. He has got to go. Yo, imagine Jersey with a 10% sales tax. With a 10% sales tax in Jersey on clothes, grocery. They said in the commercial, clothes and groceries. I was like, hey, fuck the mayor of Trenton. Anyway,
hear more.
I ain't even from Trenton. I'm going out there and picking against that nigga.
Now that I said it, the commercial gonna pop up on your TV.
Yeah, of course it is.
whatever.
Of course it is.
Anyway, let's get into
I got
KL2.
Let's do it.
Let's do some KL2.
This has been intriguing to me, and I want to shout out Pablo Torres.
I don't.
Why? Oh, because he's riding a little bit. Are we doing that?
No, not because of who he's ratting on. I'm cool with that.
Okay.
He says that his next case study may indeed be Jalen Brunson.
Oh, so I see. I thought that was a joke.
And it didn't sound like one. He sounded very serious. That's my only issue with him. But
why is that an issue? Why is that an issue?
Because mind your business.
Now mind your business.
Mind your business.
Oh, okay.
The Knicks ain't had no success. Here you come after you got fired from ESPN, wanting to bring back investigative journalism.
He's doing a bang up job.
Oh, you're doing it. It's amazing. He's doing amazing.
He's killing it.
I don't believe. Can we tell people what happened?
No, let's lay it out.
Let's tell them what happened.
Yeah, please.
Let's tell them what happened.
So Pablo, 70 Dunkin' Donuts. You see what happened?
He should. They gave him to Eli Manning.
So sports journalist Pablo Torres did an investigation that looked into Kawhi Leonard's contract situation with the LA Clippers.
Yeah.
The revelation that he's made, or the allegation that he's made, is effectively that Kawhi Leonard signed with the Clippers for the max deal, but then also had a backdoor contract deal that circumvents the salary cap.
Yes.
By taking a deal with a company that Clippers owner Steve Ballmer has deep investments in. Initially, they said $24 million. Then I think the number now, as of today, was moved up to $48 million. Partly because it was partly stock.
It was 28.
Yeah. I'm sorry, it was 28, and then went to 48 because of potential stock options.
But it's reported he's never been paid from the stock options.
Yes, but I'm just saying that was today they just added the stock options to the conversation,
Got it. Okay.
which made the potential number higher. And if this were true, it would be a bombshell in the NBA. And just to be clear, these were allegations that were made when he first signed because his uncle, Kawhi Leonard's uncle, made a lot of demands of the team. He wanted a house, he wanted a private plane, he wanted guaranteed advertisements, he wanted part team ownership, things that all circumvented the salary cap. The NBA investigated it back then, but found out that there were no violations because they didn't give him any of it. But now they're saying, wait a minute, he got he got a no-show job where he got signed to be like a spokesperson for something and never went to work and still
the company didn't exist, did it?
No, it existed.
It existed.
It may or may not have been a scam to begin with.
Okay, that's what I was talking
Right.
about. Okay.
And that's the difference, right? The question is this a fake company designed to pay Kawhi Leonard backdoor, or did Ballmer get hosed himself?
Got it.
Which he may have.
And that's what Mark Cuban, who came to his defense, was sort of saying.
I watched that episode as well. That's a really good episode if you want to watch San Pablo's YouTube page. It's him and Mark Cuban going at it. Mark Cuban was essentially defending Ballmer as much as he could, even though he was like, listen, he's my opponent. He owns a rival team. I am also a billionaire, though, and I can see how he may have gotten caught up in a scam. And he kind of was putting a lot of the blame on Kawhi's uncle.
Yes. Smart.
Because, in part, his uncle is not a registered agent or anything, certified agent or anything like that. So he basically has the ability to do this deal and there really not be any repercussions for it. He's actually smart. He wasn't trying to make him seem like a bad guy. He just made it seem like, listen, he didn't have anything to lose basically by scamming this $50 and taking his cut, $50 million and taking a cut. Right. It's intriguing, man.
It is. I think the other piece of this that we have to remember, though, is that there is a gray area here because sometimes when you go to a city, for example, in Philadelphia, Tyrese Maxey has a deal. The team is often sponsored by things like car companies, insurance companies, and those companies want to give deals to players who play for the team. And if you leave that team, you lose the deal because we're the official sponsor of the Sixers. So sometimes it looks like a secret deal to circumvent the salary cap, but sometimes it's just the natural progression of being a star on a team in the city where companies are there and in the same galaxy. So it could be, I don't know who's lying and who's telling the truth, but I wouldn't assume the worst and I wouldn't assume the best.
I ain't mad at it. I'm sorry, bro.
I don't like it. If I don't like it if it's bad.
I tell you what I don't like is I've never liked the advertisements on the jerseys in the courts.
I hate that.
But I think this is a reason to prove that dislike. It wasn't like some weird dislike. Like they are the official logo shit on all their shit. Aspire was whatever.
Aspire,
yeah. So that kind of seems to be the problem to begin with.
Yeah, I don't care about players getting their money. I want them to get every dollar they can. I don't give a fuck about that. But I do want fairness. And my concern is some owners have the ability to make better backdoor deals than others. And if you're in a major city, you have more. So it
That's
gives,
why niggas want to play over in.
but that fucks it up if you live in Cleveland or Denver. Or
I get it.
He's like, I don't give a fuck.
Hey, listen, find a way to pay me. I disagree. Yeah, I think that all of these owners are billionaires.
Yeah.
All of them. So I don't give a fuck if I'm the owner of this team in this small market or a team in a large market. We still are billionaires with unlimited resources. And sometimes it might benefit the small market billionaire to make these deals because then we could get the major stars to come to these smaller
But
markets.
they're illegal or they're against the rules. See,
Half these niggas got billions
I just want
doing
fairness.
something illegal.
You just told me a couple weeks ago you can't become a billionaire without some immorality.
Yeah, a whole lot of it. But I just want fairness in sports.
This conversation is not reserved for the small market teams. And this is the direct rebut to fairness in sports. They had the meeting, all the small market owners was like, hey, it's unfair, it's not right. They added the second apron. So now the playing field is even. But the playing field will never be even because Steve Ballmer's money is longer than
everybody's.
All y'all from the Bucks.
Yeah, but it didn't come. But it didn't come from.
It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter.
That's not true.
The niggas that own the Mets, they money, they gonna be able to do things differently than the Rockies do it. You'll never. There's nothing you could do about it.
But I'm okay with that if it's like I can pay more into the luxury tax because I'm richer. That gives you an advantage because you got more money. I'm cool with that. I'm saying don't cheat.
They removed that option.
No, I know. I'm just saying as an example. I'm saying don't cheat. All I'm saying is don't cheat. And if you're going behind making fake company, I'm not saying Ballmer did that. That's what's debatable. But if it's true, you can't make a fake company to pay somebody an extra $24 million.
And I think your whole don't cheat thing, and this is just my belief, is smoke and mirrors. I think we passed that. That's old school sports. It's too much money in sports. It's too much money in the other G word that I can't say. But none of this shit is as we see it. So it's just about who's doing the manipulating.
So just let it be the Wild West.
I mean,
No,
if someone
it's not
had
that.
if someone had to have a hand in the manipulation, I would vote for it to be the owner.
Bro,
I vote for it to be the owner.
See, but what we misconstruing is how somebody got the money. Steve Ballmer didn't get his money from being an NBA owner.
True.
So Steve Ballmer, with his rich ass, was rich before he ever got
Most of them did.
Almost all of them.
Most of them
Cool.
do.
So whether he went and bought the Clippers or he went and bought the Pacers or he went and bought a small market team, he still would have more money than most of these NBA owners.
Yeah.
So which means he still has the ability to make these deals. These deals are not just relegated to big market teams.
No, that's true. I'm saying the big market teams gives you more. If we're going to start making backdoor deals that are illegal, I'm just saying if I'm in New York, there's a lot more players
And avenues.
There's a lot more advertising dollars and shit like that.
When I meant players like companies, people.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Versus like if I'm in Toronto, not Toronto. That's a bad example. Denver or Cleveland or something like that, which are great cities. So I don't want that imbalance to get doubled down on. That's all I'm saying. And it's not. It just seems unfair. Again, like some people want to actually play by the rules.
Are you of the belief that this is a new or unique occurrence?
No, I know for a fact it's not. I've seen play. I don't want to say who, but I know players in cities that have gotten these kinds of deals before.
There you go.
It wasn't Philadelphia, but I know players who got these kinds of deals, and it really wasn't. But like, I always thought this is fucked up. Now, if it's like everybody's doing it, and it's just a secret, and this one just happened to come out, then I'm not tripping about it. To your point, that's just the game. But I'm not sure that that's the case. I think some people are playing by the rules, and it's like steroids, right? If everybody's doing steroids, I don't give a fuck, right? But if 75% are doing steroids and 25% are playing by the rules, that's not okay. And that's what I'm trying to understand.
With that. I don't agree with that. I know that my take is not the right one, but I don't agree with that. If 75% of the league is taking steroids, baseball, Bud Selig never saw more money than when 75% of baseball was taking steroids.
Shit was lit.
So what the fuck? Who gives a fuck with these 25%?
Then just make it legal and let everybody do it.
Weirdos.
Yo,
Who gives a fuck what these losers are saying over here?
that Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa race.
Yeah.
Chicken-legged weirdos.
Hey, all them televised game, McGuire, Sosa,
Sammy
and Bonds.
Sosa, yes.
You know what I never heard? I never heard from none of them niggas not doing steroids.
True.
They ain't put a microphone in front of them.
That's true.
Dweebs.
Nigga, Mark McGuire was hitting a home run every day.
with one arm.
Every fucking day.
Dead ass.
Shit was funny.
That shit was crazy.
Prime time TV right there.
The worst is Barry Bonds because he was actually better than everybody already. Then we started doing roids, and I think Barry Bonds is the greatest player ever. Once he started doing roids, it was a wrap.
I think that's not. I disagree with that because Roger Clemens is better.